Hello everybody, welcome back to JosephQ773. Now, today you may notice this is very different from what I've done before in the past. So I don't care, Chrome. So, as you can see, this is actually my second take at this video since the first time I did it, OBS completely destroyed the audio. So we're trying this again. So, as you can see, we have a tier list, and you're probably wondering, well, what is he going to do a tier list of? Well, I'm going to be doing a tier list of the Mario 64 stages. Now, I have all these stage photos up, except for one, which I already went through the first time around this video, but we'll figure that out as we go along. So before I get started here, I'd like to ask you guys to please like and subscribe and watch all the other videos. Maybe even subscribe to this channel while you're at it. We have done 2 video game reviews before this. I have done Mario 64 and Majora's Mask. So I say we should just get right into this because it's getting late. I want to get to bed and get this edited and up and ready. So our first stage is Bomb Bomb Battlefield. We all know Bomb Bomb Battlefield. Of course you do. So Bomb Bomb Battlefield's the first stage in the game. It's pretty good. I mean, now where am I going to put it? We'll have to see. So it's what I have a bulleted list on my other monitor, and for Bomb Bomb Battlefield I put fun, interesting, classic, really good first level, and awesome layout. So I do have to agree with myself, as I always agree with myself. These are some good points. This is a good first level. Now that's why I'm gonna have to place it in the S tier. Now our next one, Whomp's Fortress. Everybody knows Whomp's Fortress. I used to be a full-on Whomp's Fortress supporter. I used to want it to be number 1 all the time, but nowadays I am feeling it's probably second best to Bomb Bomb Battlefield. Now the reasons I say it's best to Bomb Bomb Battlefield is it's got a cool boss battle. It's very cool how the level changes. You can beat it all in one go, whereas Bomb Bomb Battlefield you have to get the wing cap, actually beat it completely. But this you can get it all in one go. It does really feel like more Fortress. It's a cool layout, and that's why I'm placing a lot higher up at the S tier. Our next stage will be Cool Mountain. Now, Cool Mountain is an interesting stage. So these first 2 levels, you had to climb a mountain. This time you're descending a mountain via 2 slides, or you can just jump off if you really feel like it. Now for my notes for this, I put Winter, flips level so far on its head. I don't know what I wrote there. Penguin race, slide, and killing the baby penguin. Now this is a cool stage. I mean, it's alright. It's not perfect. I mean, it's winter. But when I think of Mario 64, I don't typically think of this stage first. So that's why it's in the A tier. Now, next we have Jolly Roger Bay. Now, Jolly Roger Bay actually has two artworks for it. We have the Japanese art and the American art. So, Jolly Roger Bay is an interesting stage. I do like Jolly Roger Bay a lot. I think Jolly Roger Bay is fun. I think it looks cool and it has cool music. But it is a water stage and it does slow the game down. So, if it wasn't for the fog and the cool music, it would be in B tier. But because of the fog and cool music, it's going inside the A tier. A very fun stage indeed. Let's place those right there. Let's place them in between each other. That looks cool. That's a very cool. I just made a photo there. I made an image. So next we have Big Boo's Haunt. Now I actually don't even have a photo for Big Boo's Haunt, so I need to scroll through my files here, because from my Luigi's Mansion video I actually had to use a Boo. So I do have a Boo on file. So this Boo is going to represent Big Boo's Haunt. How fitting. It is a Boo for Big Boo's Haunt. So for Big Boo's Haunt, I said it's alright. It's not perfect, but it's not awful. It's got some alright missions. It's pretty repetitive sometimes. And I do kind of get sick of the same boss 3 times, but it does have a cool setting. So with that, we're going to have to place Big Boo's Haunt in the C tiers. Big Boo's Haunt's alright. It's not perfect. Nothing perfect. There's nothing perfect, but this level is far from it. Now, if all those done, also with Big Boo's Haunt, the missions do get very repetitive. You have to fight King Boo like 3 times. Now, after that, we have our next level. You can probably guess what it is. It's not exactly a level. It's more like a stage that you only have to visit once. And if you're thinking Bowser in the Fire World, you would be right. And I'm definitely not stalling. I'm just trying to find this photo of Bowser in the Dark World. Bowser in the Dark World. So Bowser in the Dark World, the function here is that it is the Bowser level. You go up once, maybe twice, to get the red coins, and it's finished. It does its job very well. And because of that, it just does its job. It's getting a B tier, and it's a cool setting. The next one is Hazy Maze Cave. Now, Hazy Maze Cave can be very confusing to players at first. The maps here don't make any sense. I get lost inside the Hazy Maze all the time. But it does have some cool set pieces. It's an interesting concept. You do get the metal cap here, which is very nice. And because of that, I would place this in more of a C or D. But because it does have the metal cap and it has some cool set pieces, such as the Rolling Rocks, it's going to deserve itself a B tier. Our next one is Lethal Lava Land. So Lethal Lava Land, the design's all over the place. It's just weird. The missions are really repetitive. It kind of slows the game down, but one redeeming factor it does have for it is that you go in the pyramid. If it would be an E tier, which I've never even seen an E tier before, but because of the pyramid, it gets a D. Gets a D, just passing. Now, the next stage is Shifting Sand Land. I absolutely despise this stage. I will do anything to avoid it. I think it's awful. The pyramid inside's alright, but with that said, there's not much redeeming this level except for the pyramid. Now, if there was no inside of the pyramid, it would be an F tier, but because there is the inside of a pyramid, you know what? The pyramid's not even that good, so we're going to place that in F. What a surprise. I just diverted my own expectations. So the next one's Dire Docks. Dire Docks is the only forced level we got to do in this game. And just because it's forced, I am automatically docking a point, so the highest you can get now is A. It's also quite boring. I don't enjoy it very much. I feel like the missions are very uninteresting and stupid, so because of that, it's getting a D tier. Not much to say about Dire Docks. It feels useless. Our next stage is Bowser in the Fire Sea. So Bowser in the Fire Sea, I feel like, is a better stage than Bowser in the Dark World, just because there's more to it. It's a little more challenging. It does its job well. That's all I can really say about that. And because of that, it's going into the A tier. Our next one is Tall Mountain. Now, if you guys watched the review, which you should, I did explain that Tall Mountain is quite like a satire of the game. So Tall Mountain, as being a satire. Now, I cannot see myself replaying this stage ever again, just for fun. It's not very fun. So because it's not very fun, it does get an E tier. But it's not as boring as Shifting Sand Land, because at least the music in Tall Mountain's interesting and cool and fun. There is a slide. There's a slide. Slides automatically get a boost in points. I used to like this stage a lot when I was younger, but I really don't anymore, because mostly there's the annoying monkey mission, missing several stars while scaling up the mountain. Most of these problems will be solved if you're able to stay in a level after getting a star, which is possible. I mean, you can do it after you 100 coin star, but I don't know. I didn't develop this game, so I'm just a critiquer. So next we have Wet Dry World. Wet Dry World's an interesting stage. I mean, you can control the water levels, which is alright, but besides that, it's quite boring, I think. It's painfully average, so we're going to go to C tier. It does have a depopulated town, which is interesting, but that's really about it for that stage. The next stage is Tiny Huge Island. This stage is freaking amazing. I like this stage a lot. It's quick, it's fun, it does its job, it's a very cool concept, and because of that, it's getting an S tier. I really do like this. I really do like the concept. Now, our next one is called Snowmans Land. And Snowman's Land is like a worse version of Winter Wonderland. Why did I just call it Winter Wonderland? It's called Cool Mountain. And Cool Mountain, if you feel that was bad, then I don't think you're gonna like this one very much. I would put it in a B or C, but what it does have going for it is the igloo. And the igloo's awesome. It's kind of a secret, and that's why it's getting an A tier. Our next stage, Ticktock Clock. Ticktock Clock is a cool concept, poorly executed, I feel like. You have to scale the clock like 6 times. Really 7 if you want to get all 7 stars. But because of that, because in one drop it's completely over, it's getting an E tier. It's not as bad as Shifting Sand Land. I just like the concept more. I like it. You can change the times. Now, our final stage, not Bowser stage, is Rainbow Ride. Now, if you watched the review, you did hear that Rainbow Ride is like a... Excuse me, it's kind of like an extra stage. It's nothing... Like, look at some of this. Magic carpets would have been perfect at Shifting Sand Land. That's like the only thing I can even say about this. This whole stage feels like an extra stage, and because... excuse me. Because of that, it's... Excuse me, why am I hiccuping now? The greatest... This is the one time I hiccuped all day, and of course it's right when I start filming a video. And because of that, it's going... Because this game this level just calls me hiccup, it's going in C tier. I would have get a B because of those hiccups that gives me C's. So, our final stage. You know it. Bowser in the Sky. So Bowser in the Sky is probably one of my favorite levels in the game. I will replay this battle and stage often just because how cool it is. It's fun. It's very challenging. Not really challenging anymore, but it's still pretty fun. So Bowser in the Fire Sea, it does its job really well. And even though you don't have to replay it, there's the function there. You don't need to replay it multiple times. This level makes me want to play it multiple times, so that's why it's getting S tier. So here it is. This is the final ranks. This is it. This is the final rank. Screenshot it, share it to your buds. That would really do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of JosephQ773 reviews, tier listing reviews. The next video will be up next week. I don't know why I misspoke there. It is getting quite late. This is the second attempt at doing this video. Hopefully OBS doesn't screw up all my audio again. But I'll see you guys next week when I do Luigi's Mansion. And then after that, it'll probably be another tier list review if this goes well. And then after that, it'll be Super Mario World. So I'll see you guys then. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you can to get us boosted in the algorithm. I'll see you guys next week when I do Luigi's Mansion.